Hey YouTube, today I'm going to be showing you a relatively quick guide on the Corrupted Gauntlet since the new updates. Before we go in, there are a couple requirements it's going to take. You're going to need to have the quest Song of the Elves completed, as well as I would say 90 plus in all your combat stats. The closer to 99, the better, obviously. So to get to the Gauntlet, the easiest way I would say is go to one of the spirit trees and travel to Prifddinas. Once there, you're going to head to the northwest corner and click enter on the Gauntlet portal. Welcome to the Gauntlet. Before we start, there is a plugin that you're going to want to have. It's called Gauntlet, the Gauntlet. You're going to download it, go into the settings, head down to the Unlift tab, go to Outline Tornado Tile, and make sure it's set to True Tile. This is going to save you in the long run. So before we get inside, there's a couple things that we're going to need to get while in there. We're going to be looking to get 7 of each raw material, that being the bark, the cotton, and the ore. We're going to need to get some fish to use for heals when we're fighting the Unlift. And we're also going to need to collect some herbs to create prayer potions / stamina potions. We're also going to need to fight mobs inside to collect crystal shards and weapon frames to build our armor and weapons. We'll also need to look for 3 demi bosses in the arena. We're going to be looking for the Dark Beast, the Dragon, and the Bear. The main 2 are going to be the Dark Beast and the Dragon, which will drop the Corrupted Orb and Corrupted Bowstring, which we will use to craft our Tier 3 weapons. You will be able to find a guaranteed demi-boss spawn directly north, south, east, or west of the boss room as well. Okay, once inside, the first thing we have to do is panic. No. The first thing we have to do is run in a circle around the starting room. You can start on either side and just run in a circle around. You're pretty much going to find all the materials you need, so you're going to go through and just collect everything you can, as well as killing a couple mobs on the way for crystal shards and for weapon frames. You no longer have to pick up crystal shards, they will automatically go into your inventory, and the first mob you kill is guaranteed to drop an item frame for you. So I'm just going around here collecting up the ore, collecting up the wood, and grabbing a couple fish on the way through. Going to continue my loop up this way. Here's a couple mobs, so we're going to kill the rats. So we're just going to collect all the wood that we need right here. And the last thing we're looking for now is cotton. We have 7 corrupted ore and 7 bark. I've also collected 2 leaves along the way to make our potions. And just keep running around. You will eventually find the materials you need. Sometimes you won't find them on the initial first loop, but you can branch out a little bit like this. It's always a good idea as well to pray melee against the mobs in here, because they can mess you up if you're not careful. So there we go, that's the last of the cotton that we need. And we're going to head back to the starting room. You can get these crystals, corrupted teleport crystals, that'll take you back there immediately, but I like to save them when I'm hunting for the demi-bosses. So we're going to head to our singing bowl, and we're going to create an attuned staff. So you click the staff twice, and you'll get the attuned version. We also don't need our axe or pickaxe anymore. We can go back on here, and we still have 247 crystals, so we can at least make our tier 1 armor. And you can always make 2 vials or 3 vials, depending on how many you think you need. Put our armor on, put our weapon on, fill up our vials, add our leaves to the vials, and then we're going to crush up the corrupted dust or the corrupted shards with the pestle mortar and add them to the potion. And that'll create your stamina / prayer potion. No longer do we need the pestle and mortar. So now that we've got our weapon, and we've got our tier 1 armor, we're going to go looking for demi-bosses. There are going to be 3 types of demi-bosses. There's going to be the Dark Beast, there's going to be the dragon, and there's going to be the bear. Each of which drop an upgrade for the weapon. This is how you're going to make your tier 3 weapons. The dark beast drops the bowstring for the bow. The dragon drops the orb for the staff. And the bear drops the spike for the melee weapon, which we're not going to worry about the melee weapon. So we're basically going to keep running around the edges of the arena. That's where we're going to find all the demi-bosses. There's a guaranteed boss on the north, south, east, and west direct tile from the boss room as well. Okay, perfect. There's a dragon. Make sure you're praying magic against the dragon. Pray range against the dark beast and melee against the bear. Okay, grab that. We only need one more weapon frame, so we can drop that. And we're going to head back to the starting room. Now, sometimes you do have to run around a bit when you look for the demi-bosses. It won't always be that simple. But like I said, you can always get a guaranteed one on each north, south, east, west, middle room. Okay, so we can now create our corrupted staff. We're going to make the bow, make it perfected. And then we're going to make our tier 2 armor. Perfect. So now we pretty well have everything that we need for the fight. The last thing we can do is go collect a couple more fish. When you get more comfortable with the gauntlet, you're gonna find yourself using a lot less fish. When you're starting off, it's good to try and collect as many as you possibly can, and just in case. And I'll show you the crystal seed. Teleports you right back to the start. You can craft them at the singing bowl as well. So we're gonna cook all our fish on the cooking range over here. And if you want, you can drop the rest of your items. So all we need on us for the fight is our 2 prayer potions, our 2 weapons, armor, and fish. The best thing you can do is wait until the Hunlif gets himself into a corner. That's the best way you can start this fight. So I'm just going to wait here for a second. We still got 45 seconds. There's no need to rush, especially if it's your first time doing it. So just be patient and wait to see if he'll go into a corner. That's going to make the fight as easy as it can be. Congratulations, you've made it to the boss. The most important part is to stay calm. The Hunlif has a few different attacks. He'll deal chip damage throughout the entire fight, and he'll always start with range attacks and then switch to his mage. He switches his attack styles every 4 attacks, so 4 range attacks and then 4 mage attacks. He will only ever hit melee if you're standing literally underneath of him, so don't do that. You will be able to tell when he switches his attack style by a loud roar sound followed by him stomping his feet. The Hunlif will also switch his overhead prayers every 6 times that you attack him, even if you hit a 0. When the Hunlif is attacking with magic, he can shoot a pink projectile that will disable your prayers. Simply reapply your prayers, continuing to pray magic, unless he stomps his feet and roars right after the pink attack, changing back to range. Throughout the fight, the Hunlif will also spawn tornadoes. Simply avoid the tornadoes by constantly moving around the arena. If they hit you, they will deal damage every tick. While the tornadoes are active, it can make a very good time to heal up. Remember to keep changing your protection prayers accordingly. There will also be tiles lighting up around the arena. They will start red and then turn to yellow. Do not stand on the tiles when they are yellow. You will take damage every game tick. As the fight goes on, the tiles will turn yellow faster and faster. Stay calm, stay focused, and you can do this. There we go, just like that. Once you've done, open the chest and just hope that you get yourself an enhanced.